You, and likely your staff, know your store inside and out. You'll know when the number in the system and the number on the boxes on the shelf don't quite match. An inventory count is how you true that up, and Rundoo gives you a way to do it without closing up shop or wrestling with clipboards. To get started, let's head over to point of sale. Then in the left-hand tab under inventory, we're going to go into counts. This screen is the home for every count you run. You can see completed counts. You can also see voided counts. To kick off a new one, let's click up here on the top right-hand corner that says Start New Inventory Count. Now you have one main choice to make, the scope. A full count is for a complete wall-to-wall inventory, like at the end of the year. Be careful with this one. Any product you don't count gets its on-hand quantity set to 0. For almost everything else, you'll want a cycle count. This lets you count just one aisle, one vendor, or one department without touching the rest of your store's inventory. For this demo, we're going to do a cycle count today, as that's the one you're going to use most often. I'm going to give the inventory count a name. Let's say aisle B. And I'm going to click Create. Because we chose a cycle count, our list is empty. We build it by clicking Add Products. You can search for specific items or pull in a whole vendor or category. Everything from Chadwick's, I can click Add. And all of those products pop up. And if you want to remove them, you can just pick the products to remove from count. So you could add products as I just showed you, or you can actually scan a barcode for the products in the mobile app to add them to the inventory count. Because this inventory count is for aisle B, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it blank here. I have it started, and then we're going to move over to the app. Now, all you have to do is grab your phone and walk to the aisle. As you can see, I've opened up the Rundoo POS app. At the bottom, I'm going to click Counts. Your count is going to be right here. Just tap to open it and then start scanning. So I've scanned a product here and it's popping up with the expected inventory count. I have two options here. If this number is correct, I can click Save and Continue. If the count is incorrect, if I say, I see 15 caulk tubes, not just 5, you can edit that in there and click Save and Continue, and the count will be saved. Moving on to the next one, the same thing is right if we see that there's less inventory than it states right here. I can actually only see 20 of these, so I'm going to click Save and Continue. And for those where the label is just too faded or maybe has fallen off, reminder you can click in this top right hand corner and find the product in here. I can click Add Product to Count. My lightsaber is not showing up, so I must go in and find it. Okay, well actually we've got 4 lightsabers, so I'm glad that I went in to find that one. So I can see all of the counts here so I don't double up. The phone and the desktop are connected in real time. What you scan here is updating the count back in the office right now. Once the counting is done, that's when you head back to the desk to review. So once you log back into Rundoo, into POS, and go down into counts, you'll see the count that is in progress. By clicking on that, I'm going to be able to see everything that's been counted and anything that still has to be counted. Clicking into the Counted tab, this shows you everything. Rundoo compares what was expected to what was counted. It shows you the variance in both units and in dollars. This total variance up top is kind of like your sanity check. If this number looks right, you can add a note to your records at the bottom, and then you have a few options at the bottom. You can save the draft. This lets you pause and come back later. The void button over here throws the count away entirely. But the final step is to complete. I can see right now that the complete is grayed out. That's because there's still products to count. Mark as counted, and it'll pop over to our counted tab. This makes sure everything is counted before you complete. Now I can see that complete button is lit up. A quick word of caution. This is the moment the numbers become real. When you click complete, Rundoo adjusts your on-hand inventory for good and posts the changes to your books. There is no undo button. We have added in a little safety net here. Before the complete will finalize, you will be asked to type the word complete in this box. I want to explain to you why. Complete and save draft are right beside each other. So, for example, if you accidentally hit complete as opposed to saving the draft, these numbers can't be undone. This safety net means you have to intentionally say, yes, it is complete, and click complete again. You might find it a bit annoying if you've 3 or 4 buttons to press, but that is way less frustrating than all of the effort to rectify those numbers. Confirm it and you're done. Your new inventory count is saved. And that's the rhythm. Set up at the desk, count in the aisle, and finalize back at the desk. The best way to get comfortable is to run a small cycle count in your practice store. Pick a handful of items you know by heart and walk through these steps. It's a dress rehearsal, so none of it will touch your live inventory until you do in fact go live. Any questions? Your Rundoo guide is here to help.